Goldylocks Productions provides professional internet, TV, and radio shows in the spiritual and New Age genre.
Good afternoon, everybody. Anthony Rodriguez here, Walking Crow for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. How is everybody doing today? Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Are you choosing the things that would allow you to change your life and make your life better? That is a question for today's show on Tuesday's edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. Aho. But before we get started, I'm going to sing in spirit, and I'm going to sing in spirit with this beautiful drum. I made this drum on Saturday, and she sings beautifully. It's a grandmother drum. It's a buffalo, and with her mallet, a beautiful mallet from Sedona. Aho. I'm going to sing in spirit, and bear with me, and then I will smudge everybody and smudge the channel, and we will go from there. Hey, na na, hey, na na, yawa. 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 Ayawa, ayawa, ayawa. Hey, na na, hey, na na, yawa. 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 Ayawa, ayawa, ayawa. Aho shina wana, ho te shina se. Aho. Didn't I tell you she sang beautifully? Oh my gosh, it's pure medicine. It's pure goodness. It's pure divine energy. It's pure earth energy. Aho. I'm going to take a little sage and welcome again. Take a little sage, and I'm going to ask Creator Great Spirit and all our relations, aho, that I would be cleared from the head to the toes, out through my vibration, through my hands, aho, aho shino se. Take a little of that sage into my lungs, and ask Creator Great Spirit that I would be a clear channel of a beautiful and good message that's needed to be heard by many, that's needed to be heard by all. That my message, this message, our message would go across the land, over the mountains, over the deserts, across the deserts, and in through the seas and around the world and back again. Aho, that the computers and the phones would be clear of any gremlins that may be lurking in there, that they would be clear, and we would all be clear. Aho. So I hope everybody's doing well. Want to remind you, you're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show, and welcome back to a new Tuesday, and welcome to those who are new to the show. And I want to remind you that you can call into the show at area code 323-870-3791, and you can ask a question, get a healing. You can talk about what's going on with you. You can ask me about what it is that I'm talking about, or if you have an opinion, you won't hurt my last feeling about my opinion. If you have an opinion about what I'm talking about, I welcome all, and I welcome all of you, and I hope you are all well and blessed. And aho shinawana, aho nata, aho shinawana. Hey, so really quick, I want to go to my calendar, and sometimes I hate doing this because it takes up time from the show, but I think it's important for you to know where I am. Every Tuesday, like you know, at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Time, I'm here doing the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show live on Be Live TV and Blog Talk Radio. I hope. And every Thursday, I do sound vibration magic drum bath journey with Walking Crow, and where I go live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Time. That would be 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this Thursday, I will be going live from Sedona, Arizona. I haven't decided if I'm going to go back to Bell Rock or if I'm going to go over to Cathedral Rock, but I will be drumming live. So tell your friends, get your headphones ready, get them cleaned off, get a nice little comfortable place ready for you to lie down. I will be drumming live from Sedona, Arizona, from the vortices and the energies of that sacred place. Aho. And then but tonight I will be in Highland Park, California at the Well for a full moon sound vibration drum bath journey. I am going to drum for the new moon at 7 o'clock tonight, 7 p.m. I'm going to drum for 20 to 25 minutes. And what the heck? Come on down. You can go to my Facebook page, events page, and you can find that event there. It's $20. Bring a friend. There's only limited to 12 spaces, so it's going to be tight if there's 13. It's going to be tighter if it's 14. So bring a friend and come on down tonight at 8 p.m. Check that out. And also Word and Consciousness with myself at the Church of Truth Center for Awakening Consciousness here in Los Angeles and Pasadena. Sunday at 11 p.m. I will be talking about Word and Consciousness. I believe that these two go together as handmaidens because you can't do one without the other. You cannot be in your truth of your word without being in your consciousness. Aho. So come on down Sunday. You can go to the event page on Facebook and find that as well. Healing the Masculine Soul with Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. I will be again on the 16th back at the Center of Awakening Consciousness, Church of Truth. On the 16th at 9 a.m., Healing the Masculine Soul with Men. It's $20. Bring a friend, bring an uncle, bring a brother, bring whoever you want, but come on down because that's for Father's Day. Aho, aho, that's my offering for Father's Day. And then again, in Sedona on June 21st, I will be back in Sedona for your abundance and the summer solstice. What abundance are you creating through the time of the summer solstice as we move to the summer solstice? As we come out of springtime, the time of sowing seeds, it's time of new beginnings, aho. So come on down. It's $40 for the event at the Sedona Creative Life Center at 7 p.m. on the 21st Thursday of June. And last but not least, Full Moon Manifestation and the Sacred Drum Making Workshop in Charlotte, North Carolina. I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina. You can go to Eventbrite or you can go to my website, to my events page, and you can sign up for that. Sign up for it because it's going to fill up. We're only limiting to 10 to 15 people for that class in Charlotte, North Carolina. So you need to know that those are going to go away pretty quick. All right. Everybody let me know that you're here. Say, hey, or something. And also just want you to know the sage is still available. If you are wanting to purchase sage, I harvest my own sage. I do sage in ceremony just like I do with the drums. And you can have the sage. It's $15 for the bundle. If they're small bundles, I'll send you two. And the shipping is $375. So it's $18.75 to get your stick of sage. Go ahead and you can send that money you can go to Venmo and send me to Anthony-Walking-Crow-24. Send the $18.75 with your address and I'll mail it out to you. How about that? So what are you choosing on Tuesday? What is it that you choose? Do you choose to take care of yourself? Do you choose to grieve for the old self? Or do you choose to grieve for the old self and then move in slowly, step by step, right foot, a manifestation, left foot receiving, right foot manifestation, left foot receiving? Are you willing to become willing to move forward and choose a better way of being? Is there a better way of being? You know, ask yourself that question. Is there a whole? Is there for you? Are you happy and satisfied with where you're at right now? And I'm saying that because I pulled this card just before the show, and it's a chakra card. It's grief. Now, just because that card says grief doesn't necessarily mean that it's about grief. It's about letting go. It's about letting go in the fourth chakra. This is the fourth chakra card, heart. It's about being loyal to yourself, just like you would be loyal to wolf, to dog. Dog is loyalty. Dog is loyalty. Dog will stand by you. Dog will protect you as long as you're willing to protect and stand by yourself. Mourn for yourself. Cry for yourself. Grow as you begin to move into a new phase of letting go. And understand that you are divinely guided. You will be divinely guided if you're willing to let go and grieve for the old self. It's okay to cry for the old self. It's okay to cry for the things that happened in your life. It's okay because they're not happening anymore. Those things are not happening anymore. They happened already. I choose to move forward to the bigger and better things. That's right, Sarah. That's what Sarah is doing. Sarah and I have had more than several conversations at 11 o'clock at night where she's up late, after a long day with little Austin, and caring for him and watching him. And she's asked a lot of questions and she's had a lot of concerns about how she wants to move forward in her life. And I have been watching Sarah, and Sarah is doing just that. I hope. And, and Sarah is watching me because I'm doing that. A lot of you have heard me talk about the letting go of my old life. I'm leaving for Sedona early Thursday morning for just a couple of days to go do some marketing for my summer solstice event there. I'll be there for a couple of days. But, I'm stepping out. I'm stepping out of my normal routine. I asked for the day off so I can go and do that. Am I going to make money on that day? I don't know. It's going to cost me money to get there. But guess what? As soon as I made the decision to go to Sedona, I got a call from Fern, who I met when I was there 4 weeks ago, not even 4 weeks ago. And she was a client, and I met her in the grocery store while I was meeting other people who had seen me and heard about me. I was really amazed. I felt like I was, I'm a rock star, Hollywood or something, but I'm not. I'm just a healer guy with a drum, and that's what I say. And she met me and she asked me who I was and what I did. I told her that I was an energy healer and I was a medicine man. And she said, "I think I'm here to see you." So she came to see me the next day. And then she called when I made my decision last week to definitely go to Sedona this week. I got a text asking when I was going to be in Sedona because she wanted another healing session. So I'm going to see her on Friday. That's how things work. When you're willing to go forward for yourself, when you're willing to give the things that you've been in fear of giving because your parents didn't give it to themselves and their grandparents didn't give it to themselves and the lineage of their grandparents didn't give it to themselves. It's time to break the mold. It's time to cut the cords a hole. To do that, take out that knife and do the dance of cutting the cords to those old habits and those old beliefs that are not your beliefs. They were never your beliefs. Are you ready? Oishino. Here we go. Oishino. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. And I am jumped without a net. There is no net necessary. Do I know if I can fly? I don't know. But Fern called me because she needs an appointment. And if anybody else is out there who wants to come see me while I'm in Sedona, because I'm coming back Saturday, leaving there about noon, you can reach out to me at Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com or at 818-442-1717. Aho. I want you to also know that you can call in today at 323-870-3791. Aho. All right, I'm excited and I'm pumped up today. Last week, I have to tell you something. My producer is magic. She performs magic. And what do you mean by that, Anthony? What is magic? Were you drumming for her or what? She did some Facebook magic last week. And usually I get like anywhere from 600 to 1,000 views on my show because I post it to other pages and whatnot. And for some reason, Facebook has been like, messing with that this last 2 weeks. But this last week, my page for the show got 20,000 views, but the show got over 6,500, views, almost 7,000 views. That's amazing. That is amazing. I don't know how many of those people will be back or how many of those people, but that is the hope that I walk in. That is the hope that I live in. That is the light that I put forth. That is the power that I stand in. Are you ready to put forth the light that you are? You are the lighthouse that you have always been. And you stand in the power of who and what you are and who and what you have always been by breaking and cutting the chains and cutting the cords of the old life of the ancestry that was ashamed and pained and hurt and wounded and walked around with a limp and a hunchback. We don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can choose a new life, a new way of life, a whole. What is it? Please tell me, what is it you want for yourself? I know you all are out there listening. I know you all are out there watching. I know you all are out there receiving. You are out there receiving. What is it in the abundance that you have been receiving? What is it in the old hurts and wounds and shames that you have been letting go? Are you able to make the transition from point A to point B as a rainbow in the blue sky, in the colorful colors of that rainbow, and reach for something that you didn't even know was there, And one more time, woo, that you didn't even know was there. Whew. I don't know why that is so powerful to me today. That just struck me right in the fourth chakra. Bang, bang, in my fire. Bang, because I'm willing to take the world to task. I am worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. My brother Gilbert, who's watching now. You are worthy. Sarah and Tammy. Those of you who are out there watching today, let me know. Tell me that you're there. Give us a call, 323-870-3791. I want to remind you that you're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show, with Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. And, we do healings here. We talk about healing the self. We talk about the chakra system, the superhighway of the body. Superhighway of the body that connects us to spirit, that connects us to energy, that connects us to infinity. It's an infinite source of energy. It's an infinite, I can't do that. I was trying to figure out how to do that with my fingers, but I can't. It's infinite source of energy and life force. As long as you're willing to say yes, as long as you're willing to say okay, this week I gave at the store where I work part-time, yesterday alone, there was women who came in that were looking for a particular thing, and they found me, and after they talked to me, they decided they're coming to the drumming tonight. They're coming to journey with us for the full moon. But not only that, they were open to hearing something different. One was there to find stuff for dieting, for diet. She asked me, does this stuff really work? And I looked at her and I said, I don't think so. Because what happens with that kind of stuff, it's like making a resolution, at the beginning of the year, when you're going to the new year, you make the resolution, you go into the gym, and after about 2 or 3 weeks, you pewter out, and you give up on yourself and you're face down in a pizza before you know it, and then you're giving up something for chocolate cake or something on Fat Friday, on Fat Tuesday, because tomorrow's, Ash Wednesday, and you got the 40 days of giving something up, and you won't even complete that either. So, you give up on yourself. Aren't you tired of saying no to yourself? Aren't you tired of giving up on yourself? Aren't you tired of living a life of mediocrity? And what is mediocrity? Are you bored? Are you tired? Do you have to smoke the pot just to get yourself so you can feel something, like being numbed? When you smoke pot, it numbs you. I remember, it's been 26 years for me, but I remember the feeling of giving myself that which was not really what I wanted. What I wanted in my lungs, heart space, air space, lungs, heart, air, I love, I'm loved, was to be loved. And I didn't know how to love myself. So I gave myself those things, instead of something good and nurturing that could help me to transcend, transition, transmute, transform the life that I was suffering through. I suffered through life, and I didn't want to suffer through life, and I continue to suffer through life. That's right, Sarah. It's Taco Tuesday. Get your tacos on. So I suffered through life, and I often joke with people around me that on social media that I'm no longer Buddhist. I'm no longer Buddhist. What do you mean, Anthony? You're not Buddhist? No, I'm not Buddhist. Never was. But I don't suffer anymore either. I refuse to suffer through the things that I go through that are caused by my own hand. by my own lack of living, by my own lack of loving self, by my own lack of caring for who it is that I say that I like me, I say that I love me, but what my actions don't match my words. Your actions don't match your words. I see it all day long on social media. You know, last night I saw this guy came up and he was in a uniform of some sort, and he asked for us to open his third eye. I'm like, dude, you need to get rid of that block in your fifth chakra, not be asking questions. And get one more time, not asking questions like this on social media, because you get all the wannabe spiritualists and wannabe psychics. You know, you got to do this and you got to do that. You got to take CBD oil and you got to do that. You know what? I told him straight up, man, you're blocked and you're stuck in your head until you're willing to do something about speaking about those things that you're blocked about. You are not going to come up. You're not going to be able to activate that third eye the way you want to. The third eye, the sixth chakra, is about knowing. It's about what you absolutely know, what you absolutely don't have to spend a lot of time thinking about. I do not spend a lot of time thinking about my life. I spend time feeling about my life. And this was a conversation also that I had in the store with a young lady to ask about diet stuff. Does it really work? I said, nah, it doesn't work, because you won't work for yourself unless you're willing to work for yourself. It's not going to work. Those things will not work. Go to the produce department and buy dark leafy greens and buy those things that you need to really be eating. All these supplements in this department are called processed food. And if I won't go to, you know, that place, it begins with a K and ends with an S. It's a grocery store. They're everywhere, you know, or Food City or whatever the case may be. You know, you don't go to those places. You'll go to a Whole Foods, or you think you're buying something good for yourself at Trader Joe's, but you're really not, because well, that's another story. And you go to places like Sprouts, where I work. Well, you know, where you go to places like Sprouts and you go to places like Laston's and different places like that have alternative foods. And then, because you don't want to eat processed foods, and then you'll go into a vitamin department and buy supplements, which is processed food. Does that make sense? Perfect sense to anybody? It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. You know, this morning for breakfast, I got up and had an omelet, you know, a fluffy omelet. I made it with my own hands. Later, 2 or 3 hours later, I had a green juice with celery and parsley and ginger and chia seeds and MCT oil, coconut oil, and you know, bee pollen, coconut water, and a little bit of almond milk. That was my lunch. That's what I ate. I processed the food that I put into my body, a whole. It's not coming out of a box or a can or a jar or a tincture. You know, it's not coming out of those places. Do I take some supplements? Yes, I take a little magnesium. I take a little ginkgo, because those of you who watch the show know that sometimes I forget stuff. So the brain needs a little work. But if I'm going to give my brain something, why don't I give myself an avocado? Why don't I give myself walnuts? Because if you ever look at a walnut looks like a brain. I can give myself almonds. I can give myself pepitas, pumpkin seeds. I can give myself something different that isn't processed food. A whole. So I have choices. And if I choose poorly, shame on me. Well, you know what? No shame on me. I don't need any shame. I lived in enough shame for over 50 years, and I don't have to use language like that. And that's the other thing. What kind of language do you use when you speak to yourself and of your future? Do you have a different future that's planned for yourself, and you don't know how to get there? Because I'm going to tell you, I have climbed onto the catapult, and I am going to be catapulted into the fourth dimension of my future come just after the 21st of June, after the Sedona event, because I am going to get in my car and I'm going to drive across the country, and I have a planned event in, Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a drum making event. And from there, I'm going to Asheville, North Carolina. And then from there, I'm going north. And I know, and Tiffany and I have talked about me doing an event there in Connecticut. in Groton, I believe she is, and even doing a show together, and that's going to be awesome. I would love to be able to, just drive a couple hours north and do an event with my brother, Ian Morris as well. And then I will be with Sarah Richardson on the way back from the East Coast. She is in Pittsburgh, and I'm going to stop in Pittsburgh and spend some time with her and a beautiful little girl. And maybe we can do an event there. Who knows? It's all about magic. What are you willing to make happen? What are you willing to pull out of the hat that isn't a rabbit? Because guess what? Even if you pull out a rabbit, you're going to end up with more rabbits, because rabbits multiply. If wishes were fishes, we'd all have a fry. If wishes were horses, then beggars could ride. I learned that silly little poem or limerick, whatever, when I was 19 from a young lady that I was dating in high school named Sandra Escalante. Just beautiful young lady, and I've never forgotten that. There's some things that I never forget, And do you forget how to nurture yourself? Do you forget how to care for yourself? Do you forget, and do you not know how to say yes to yourself? Do you say yes to yourself? Saying yes to yourself is the most important thing. The most important thing. And by the way, I want to do something. There's a lot of people watching today, and there's going to be a lot of people watching. I made this drum I went to Sweat Lodge on Friday, and it was really intense, and it was a really tough lodge. And it was tough because of what I'm about to set forth in my life. When I get in that car and point it east, I'm going to go east, and there's not going to be any turning around. I'm going to be going forward. Do I have the money for it? Yes. Do I have the money for it? No. Do I have the money for it? I don't know. But guess what? Faith is faith. And I don't have to ask Creator Great Spirit for the things that I need 1,000 times, because he heard me the first time. That's the faith that I walk in. So I'm going to do this. This drum is going to be for sale. This isn't necessarily my personal drum, because I made it while I was coming back into my body from Sweat Lodge, from ceremony. This drum is for sale for I usually sell this drum for $400. This drum is going to be for sale for $350. If you would like to purchase this drum and this beautiful mallet that's made from manzanilla wood in Sedona, you can do that by sending me an email at anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com, or giving me a call at 818-442-1717, or going to my website and touching base with me, however that works for you. But that drum is going to be discounted, and you'll be able to purchase that drum and have that medicine in a good way. Hey, Gilbert. Great. Yeah, expanding upon the dangling carrot. Thank you, Gilbert. Gilbert's talking about my video this morning, because you folks have also heard me talk about, trying to live up to the expectation of the spoken and unspoken expectations of others, and the dangling carrot that we're always reaching for, and we can never quite grasp it, and we can never quite get it, because every time we try, they raise the bar. They set a higher expectation on us, and how unfair is that? Or is that fair at all? Is it fair that we say to ourselves, man, I gotta live up to that. I gotta try to make her happy. I gotta be the breadwinner. I gotta make him happy. I need to have dinner for him ready every night, and I need to be in the bedroom at 8:05, because he's gonna be turning off the sports game, and he's gonna be coming in looking for no. No. Give yourself what it is you have always wanted. I was that dangling carrot, and thank you, Gilbert, for bringing that up. That dangling carrot I chased for a lifetime, for 51 years. 51 years I chased that carrot. And at the age of 51, right before I became an elder, I stopped chasing it. You know, I talked about this before. I had to let go of my marriage because she had a different expectation for me than I had for me. You know, my path of a shamanic healer or a shamanic drummer or a medicine man or healer, whatever you want to call me, looked so much different to me than it did to her, because it's what makes me happy. When I have somebody on my table and I'm scanning them and I'm checking their energies and shifting their energies and removing things, allowing things to flow through, you know, that makes me happy. When I'm drumming in the canyon in Arizona and so I'm encircled by the ancient elders, I am happy. When I drum in Atwater Village or in Highland Park or even here in the studio every Thursday, when I drum for you, I am happy. I am in my joy. What is it that creates the joy in your life? And is it created by your own hand? And I have to tell you something. The spirits are here because right now I'm plugged in and I'm on fire. Anybody who's out there, and I'm going to say this, I want you to take in a deep breath and exhale and allow the energy of my left and my right hand to penetrate your soul, to penetrate your heart, to allow the energies to just flow over the top of your head, down your shoulders, down your arms, down your body, your legs, down the way down to your feet, and feel the energy of my hands. I am sending out a healing for the world. A healing for the world. I do not have to go march or march with my fist in the air. I just have to do what I do wherever it is that I'm at and stand in the power of the light that I stand in. I am the power of the light that I stand in, and I vibrate out and I give the energy forth, and you receive the energy because it is what it is, a whole. What an incredible feeling to feel my hands right now. My hands are vibrating off the hook right now. And boy, I just, I'm like, they're almost numb from the vibration that I'm feeling. So receive that healing, receive that energy, and allow it to permeate your body. Allow it to move down into your third chakra. Allow it to move down into your second chakra, into your first chakra, that you would be grounded and you would be rooted and fruited, and that you could make a connection through your second chakra, through water, through the full moon tonight. Second chakra, direction of the west, direction of grandmother moon, direction of 28-day cycle, letting go and manifest a different life. Because in autumn, a tree with all its leaves cannot grow new more leaves. It has to let go of its leaves. The divine feminine has to let go of her seed every 28 days to receive a new seed and to be able to stand in that power and to be able to stand in that medicine of creation. She is creator with divine masculine, who sits across the way in the east, grandfather, son, divine masculine, direction of the born and the unborn. Are you ready to be born into a new? Are you ready to say yes to yourself? Are you ready to stand in the fire of the fuego, the I can and I will, I do of what it is, of who you are and where you're going and what you want for yourself? Can I get a witness? 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 Yep. Burn a little more of that sage, because you know what? We're going to scare those other kind of energies right on out of here. And we're going to send them right across the country to wherever you are, wherever you have been, whatever it is that you are doing. As I make my way across the country, and Gilbert is ready. Oishino. Gilbert is ready. As I make my way across the country, I'm going to ask you folks, open up your doors, Open up your homes, open up your backyard, light up the fire, ask your neighbors to come over, 10 to 20 people, ask them to come over and to bring a covered dish, a dish that they can share with another neighbor, that they can share with this neighbor from far away, because I'm coming into your town. I'm going to drive across the country. There's no reason for you to keep denying yourself and saying no. If you're dialing into my show and dialing into my drumming and dialing into everything that I do and say on social media, have me over. Let's have a cookout. Let's have a heal out, a whole. Let's have a fire ceremony and burn those things that you've been carrying around for a lifetime. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Oishino, oishino, oishino. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. And if you don't think I'm coming, ask Tommy Taggart, ask Jane Ritz, ask Tiffany White Sagewoman, ask everybody who's in Sedona who already thinks that I live there. Everybody in Sedona thinks I live there because that's the way I talk. I see Sedona as home. I see Sedona as home, and I'm fired up and I'm excited. And I'm fired up for you guys. I'm fired up because it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday, and I know that you're ready to choose something different because it's the full moon. We are in the magnificent energies of Grandmother Moon, a whole direction of the west, direction of water, direction of darkness, direction of emotion, direction of crow, walking crow, a whole alchemy, shape-shifting from darkness to light. From darkness to light, from darkness to light. Are you ready like Gilbert is ready? I know that Sarah's ready because Sarah is always ready. Sarah lets me know. Yeah. Wow. 323-870-3791 is the call-in number. And I just got me fired up. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. This is going to be a busy week. I have to go. I'm going to the airport right when the show ends to pick up my friend Marsh Ingle. If you don't know who Marsh Ingle is, ladies and men, look her up. Look her up on Facebook. Look her up on Google. Google Marsh Ingle's name and find out who she is. She's a powerful medicine woman who helps people transform. And when the other day I took her to the airport and she got out of the car. And I'm picking her up today, and she said, I got nothing to say to you. I'm like, really? What do you mean? She goes, you're there, you're on fire. She says, I got nothing to say to you, And I was like, well, thank you. Yes, I am on fire, and I know where I'm going, and I know how I'm getting there, And I'm blessed, and I'm glad that I'll be able to bless so many as I drive across the country and make my way back to Sedona. Probably in late August or something when I come back to Sedona. I'm hoping it will be late August because when I get back, I get to get my druthers and I get to rest for maybe a few weeks in a month. And then I'm up the coast in California into Oregon, Washington, and British Columbia to do more events, to do more of the same, to carry the message, to carry the medicine, to carry a yes to everybody who's been saying no to themselves. Are you tired of saying no? Who has a recliner in their house? Do you have a recliner and a television? Do you say yes to that every night and every day? Does the TV, the first thing you do, turn on when you wake up in the morning? Because I got to tell you, I turn on myself. I'm not being nasty or anything. I turn on myself. I sit up and I get quiet and I start to give myself the things that I need. And give you those things, because a lot of times I wake up in the silence of the morning and I'm sending out quotes and I'm speaking to the social media audience that I have and that it is out there and that is listening, and I'm already feeding them. A lot of times people in religion try to feed people Jesus, by having them choke on the bone. No, give them a little bit of gristle so they can taste it. And I always say you can't spoon feed people with a shovel. And that they do that. There are people in this world who try to spoon feed you with a shovel. I will give you little spoons and little bits and little pieces, and the nuggets that you receive are yours and only yours, and I am glad to give them. But that's how I start my day off. I don't go into the next room and turn on CNN and CNBCN and whatever ends there are, NBC and all those, because I don't have a TV. It's not, I don't live in my own house, and I don't own a TV. And although I could watch TV on the computer, I don't do that either, because I do not want to feed myself poison. Do you feed yourself poison? And if this water bottle said poison, would you drink from it? Probably not. But we feed ourselves poison every day by the things that we say to ourselves, the double talk that we speak. Talking out the side of our face, that expression, you're talking out the side of your face, the side of your mouth, double talk. Your lip service. There's another one. Lips. Do you give yourself lip service? Do you kid yourself? I don't kid myself. I pat myself on the back and I say, welcome to Tuesday. What do you choose today, Anthony? A hole. And I choose to speak this way. I tuned into Tommy Taggart the other night. I talked about this in my video on Sunday that I posted from the canyon. I tuned into Tommy Taggart, and he was he was plowing. He was on the pulpit. I'll say it that way. And he was thumping his Bible. He had a deck of cards, tarot cards that he was reading from, and he was talking about it, man. And within feet of him, there was horse, freedom animal. Horse is freedom. Horse is humility. Horse is power. And he was sitting there in his power, carrying a message that was really powerful, that I said, hey, dude, pull a card for me. And you know what he pulled? No, you don't know what he pulled, but I'm going to tell you. He pulled the shamanic flute card. And I, interestingly enough, was given a flute by a beautiful woman, a medicine woman here from Ventura, California. Barbara Marquez. She gave me this beautiful flute that I took up on the mountain the other day, and I took time to play and to be with that medicine, because it's important to be with that medicine. And I heard Tommy. Tommy knows the fire that I'm on, that I am on fire, that I am going to be making my way across the country. And he wants me to come there to his property, his home, and do an event. And I'm glad and happy and engaged with that invitation, and I'm going to do it. I've been talking to the folks in Austin, and they're dragging their feet. I can't do nothing about that because time is passing. Time is passing. So Tommy Taggart is on it, and Tommy Taggart, and so I'm going to say yes to Tommy, and it just has to be a continued conversation. Right now, Jane Ritz is waiting for me in Charlotte, and Jane Ritz is a beautiful medicine woman. Good afternoon, John. Welcome. And I want to say that to everybody. Those of you who hear the way I speak, those of you who hear the way I talk. When I was in Sedona the last Sunday I was in Sedona, I talked about this before, a beautiful Navajo family. And I asked them about the language that comes out of my mouth when I speak since last July. And the grandmother spoke to that and said that was called spirit language, and that I should say yes to that and don't deny that. So those of you hear things come out of my mouth that are different than what you're normally used to, the English or the Spanish or the Portuguese or Italian or French, whatever your language is that you speak or you're accustomed to in your home, or you're part of what is your heritage. That is what comes out of my mouth. English is not part of my heritage. Spanish is not part of my heritage. It never was. It's never going to be. Even though I speak those languages, they're not really a part of my heritage. They're a part of the conquerors' languages, the colonialism that was placed on me. My indigenous nature was taken away from me. But they didn't take it away from me, because here I am. I nurture my nature. Those who know me, those who know of me, those who hear my voice, those who hear my voice sing my songs, those who hear my drum, those who know what it is that I do, understand that I nurture my nature, even though they tried to take it from me. There's nothing I can do about that. There's only the things that I can do about right here, right now. So I practice the red road. I do sweat lodge every month. I walk in the way of beauty in the way of balance, in the way of the four directions. Aho, and I honor the four directions. I honor all my relations. Aho mitakuyase. Aho mitakuyase. Some people say that differently. Oisi we sing, and however they say it, they speak it differently. But that's how I say it. Aho mitakuyase, which means all my relations. And all my relations, you know where they live? They live in the direction of the north, direction of earth, direction of rest, direction of Brahma, rest, direction of wisdom, 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 direction of wisdom, direction of white buffalo, white buffalo, white buffalo, white buffalo. What an amazing time that I live in. What amazing gifts that I get to share with you. And I honor you by telling you and sharing with you the gifts and the things that I have been through, because I share my experience. I don't just share what I've read in a book, because that would be easy, right? And I'll give you for instance, 3 or 4 years ago, a friend of mine who is very dear to me, my friend Deborah Cohn, she said to me, "You always quote yourself. Why do you quote yourself?" I said, "Because I have something to say. And, I'm not Socrates, and I'm not Plato, and I'm not Einstein, but I have something to say. I have wisdom that other people don't have. You have wisdom that I don't have. And I would be willing to hear that wisdom if you would be willing to share it. And because I share the wisdom of how I got from point A to point B, and you say me too, we both get to heal in a way that I never imagined. You get to heal in a way that you didn't imagine. How do you want to heal your life? Have you completed the things and done the things that you've always wanted to do? Have you? I mean, it's such an exciting time. There's people out there stripping us of our rights, stripping us of everything. And guess what? Here I am telling you how I'm going to step off into the world, and so can you. So can you. I went to Hawaii last July. I went to Hawaii and spent 5 or 6 days in my spiritual realm on those chakras, on those islands, on that island of Maui. And that changed my life. I didn't pay for that. That money came from someplace else. It rotated itself. It's made its way into my life. And there I was on that Hawaiian Airlines plane going to Hawaii, going to Maui, Aho. And I spent 5 or 6 days there. And I spent days there in prayer. And I spent days there in solitude and in gratitude. I spent time with the elements, the 4 elements: water, earth, air, fire. Aho. I brought back medicine from there. I brought back a barn owl. I brought back his wings. I brought back his talons. And I still have those. In fact, they're in my dream catcher, which is sitting to the left of me. And, I didn't know what that was going to mean until I picked up another great horned owl near the Grand Canyon. And then a week later, another great horned owl in Santa Ynez, California, when leaving a Shumash powwow. Really? How does that happen? I don't know, but it happens. It happens to me. And I get to share that with you. And you get to know that your life matters. Matters. Matter is mother. Matters. Your life matters. Mother created us with father, fire. And here we are. Matter, mother. Oh, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? John Elwell, profound and meaningful content should be spoke, which give us true listener and thinker an opportunity to change the better spiritual connection. Now, thank you, John. Thank you very much for saying that. It's tough, different people find different medicines in the words that we speak. And there was a guy actually last week from last show that he was really insulting to me. And he said some things that he doesn't know who I am or what I do or how I move forward in the world. I'm not out there trying to get one over on anybody. That's just not my way. That was the old Anthony. That was the old Tony, Aho, thank you, John. Aho, thank you. Thank you for coming. See, that touches my soul because many will be touched by that quote that John just wrote. Many will be touched by that because this show went viral last week, and it's going to go viral again this week, I hope. And so I will carry those words into Sedona as I go there this week, and then in a few weeks back to Sedona, and then across the country. I will carry those words with me because that sentiment is important. It's just as important as the words that come out of my mouth. And I share my experience, and I ask you the question, aren't you tired of saying no to yourself? Say no. Are you willing to say yes? Are you willing to embrace your soul? Are you willing to breathe into your heart? And when I say breathe into your heart, breathe into the 4 chakra, the lungs, air, heart space. I love, I'm loved. I don't know how to love. I don't know how to capacity to. I don't have the capacity to be loved. Which is it? And how would you like to change that? Thank you. Michelle Moore, my friend from Great Britain. Welcome, honey. Thank you for logging in today. Wow. I know it's a big deal that Michelle's logged in because she's in Great Britain and she's a beautiful medium and this beautiful shaman, and she's doing her work and she's booked up like crazy. And she found the time to tune in and check in with me here at the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. And with all of us, not just me, it's not my show, it's your show. It's your show. Thank you, honey, for checking in. And I got to tell you, this is about love. This is about letting go. This is about nurturing the self, nurturing the nature of self. This is about growing despite despite what things look like. We are growing. And look at the beams coming up in the back of what's growing, the vines that are growing around her. Look at that power of that. A whole. Thank you, Gilbert. My hope is, my hope is that my words heal, because that's what I got from others when I listened. And I just didn't listen with my ears. I just didn't listen with my eyes. I just didn't listen with my thumbs and my fingers. I listened from the place of my breath. I listened from the place of my heart. I listened from the place of my 3rd chakra, my place of low or no self-esteem. When I had low or no self-esteem, I listened from the place of my water, my 2nd chakra, when I didn't know how to connect. And in the listening through my heart, I learned how to connect and become rooted and fruited and able to stand in a foundation that I wasn't given by parents, teachers, and priests and politicians. They took it away. They took away my foundation. This foundation has been given by those who stand by me, who cheer me on, who listen, and who I listen to, who mentor me, who are willing to take a chance on me, as I will take a chance on you. Wow, what a beautiful message. What a beautiful way to come into today's show. Wow. Full moon blessings. Full moon blessings too. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, wow. What an amazing day. You know what? If this day ends now, I will be fulfilled. I will be fulfilled. There's a quote by Og Mandino from a book. Can't remember which book it is. Maybe The World's Greatest Salesman. I'm not sure. It says, I will live this day as if it is my last. And if it is not, I will fall to my knees and give thanks. Amen. Enough said. I will fall to my knees and give thanks. And I'll tell you why I will give thanks, because gratitude is a daily investment. And if you can find who quoted that, I will give you a 12-inch elk skin drum. If you find who quoted gratitude is a daily investment. Let's see what that turns up, Anyways, so it's 1:53. Boy, we've come a long way, and why this time is flying today, And I want to thank everybody who's tuned in to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show today. And I hope we have new listeners. Joan, I hope you come back. Michelle, I hope you come back. Gilbert, my friend, thank you for being here. And wow, what an amazing day. What an amazing day. I'm excited to go drum tonight. I'm going to go drum, and I'm going to manifest and make and help people to go where they're going. And, I got to tell you, if you would have told me when I was 12 that this is what I would be doing, I would have told you, you're out of your mind. Don't say anything, Tiffany White Sage Woman, about that quote, because you make it a drum, Tiffany. Anyways, sorry, Tiffany. I get sidetracked by Tiffany because she's so funny and she supports me in amazing ways. Oh, Tiffany was just asking about expanding on the dangling carrot that Gilbert mentioned. And I think I did go into that. The dangling carrot is the dangling carrot that of expectation, spoken or unspoken, that's put in front of us by parents, by well-meaning people. It's put in front of us by well-meaning people. And you know what they say about the road to happiness, is well-meaning people, and it's not a happy time when you're busy chasing somebody else's dream for you. It's not a happy time when you're chasing somebody else's dream for them. What I want you to do is, do you have a dangling carrot of your own that you want to chase, that you want to live up to, the expectations, spoken or unspoken, for yourself that you have not lived up to, that you would like to live up to? That's what the dangling carrot is. The dangling carrot is pulled away right when you reach for it. I grew up that way. My parents, God bless them, more my mother than anything, would pull that away, and always planted seeds of doubt in her son. I got to tell you, I have nephews and nieces, and I was there when each one of them was born. I was there. I showed up. Bang! I was there, and I remember holding my son, my nephew Tristan, between my bicep and my hand, like that. And, just I remember thinking about how tiny he is. And he's 20 years old, 21 almost. And he's a beautiful young man. And that young man, every day I saw him, or I went to his house, or he came to where I live, we hugged each other. I gave him a hug. Even when we was like 9 or 10, 11, didn't want to be hugged, he would do that. And he would let me honor him in that way. I honored that child in that way. I planted seeds of love in that child as I was planting seeds of love in myself. You can't give away what you haven't got. I say it all the time. If you're in any of the 12 steps of any of the anonymouses, you can't give away what you haven't got. Oh, shit. I can't give away what I haven't got. So I hugged that little boy, and I hugged that little boy, and I hugged that little boy. I loved on that little boy. And now guess what? He hugs me back. He's been hugging me back for years. All I did was show up and do what I do. All I do was set an intention for what it was that I never got, to give what I was never given. Because my uncles would hang me upside down by my feet, and that was funny to them, and tickle me, which was painful. It hurt. I just love that child with my expectation of what I wanted to give, whether I got anything back or not. And guess what? I get love back. Love shines. That young man stands in the power of the light. That young man is the power of the light that he stands in. He is a lighthouse, like you were a lighthouse. Let your power be seen. Let your light be seen. Stand in the power of the light that you are. You are the lighthouse, the only lighthouse that you need to know about. And if you see another lighthouse beaming back at you, mirroring you, great. Search it out and seek it out, because this is what happens here. This is what happens here. The medicines come forth and the words come, and all I did was ask to be a clear channel. And am I? I don't know. It's not my business to say, yes, I am. It's only my business to do what it is that I do. And, I want to thank, coming to the end of the show, and I want to thank Tiffany White, Sage Woman, my producer, for all that she does. She's an amazing person, amazing human being. And I want to thank everybody for coming and enjoying, and hopefully this is motivating for you to hear my voice and to hear my words and to know what the transformational sacred drum medicine is. This transformational sacred drum medicine doesn't always have to do with this. Sometimes it has to do with the beat of my heart. The fact that my heart beats, the fact that my lungs breathe, the fact that my vibration moves outward into a world that needs it. That's calling out. It's calling out. I want to remind everybody, and thank you for listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine with myself, Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow. And go to my my website, www.sacreddrummedicine.com, and check out my events page. And, contact me and let me know that you would like me to come to your town and do an event in your home or in a studio or in the school gym, whatever, let's get together. Let's create community. Let's create a healing community, a whole that you can take back home and behind closed doors when no one's looking. And you know that you're doing the right thing for the right reason, for the things that you want for your life. Aho. Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, saying thank you. And until next Tuesday, aho.